Hey guys, my name is Nexus, and this is the Two Towers demo, made March 25th, 2001 by Ben Ramsey, also known as Komag. So this is a conversion of a Thief 1 demo. They're virtually identical except for texture differences, and unfortunately neither of these have been finished at this point in time, and they probably won't be. So with that in mind, moving right along. Okay guys, here's get some, get more, and get it all. Okay, so we start off in a pseudo-revamped version of the Thief 1 version of this. This is by Komag, so it's kind of more of a demo than anything. It doesn't really have an ending, and there's a lot of unfinished areas. So, first off, we need to get a whole bunch of stuff. We need to get some stuff. We need to get some stuff. We need to get some stuff. I'm probably not going to bother doing that, and I have some very specific reasons for that, that I will definitely get to. Part of it being that this is unfinished, so I'm not especially worried about completing it. Anyway, in terms of the difference from the Thief 1 version, most of it is cosmetic, so just visual texture changes. I believe that there are a few more doors and a little bit better lighting than the Thief 1 version, but all of these rooms, as I recall, are pretty much empty. We have this lovely archway that's doing nothing there, so it just kind of is there, and that's a lot of what this is because this is sort of a rough draft of a mission. There's a few AI placed here. I can hear him actually, but not a whole lot going on. The other thing that really actually does annoy me about this mission,
who's noising about then?
I really hate it when people use this HUD setup. It is a texture change, and it's a replacement for the default. So it's just part of the actual level at that point. Sometimes people do some really interesting things with that. For the most part, I'm fine with the health indicators being so tiny because they're awfully huge normally. And do keep in mind that this was prior to 1080p being not only standard, but I'm trying to think, like, even possible in Thief. Like, you couldn't make the screen as big as I am currently making it, so this seems a lot smaller than it actually is. Just because of the way the widescreen and the over HD textures work. So, we have, let's see, 4 guards so far that I've knocked out.
What's that?
Here's the 5th. Got it. There are more guards. There are actually a few more guards in this mission. But I'm gonna be honest, they're not very observant. I really don't think that any of these are actually things I can get into. Hi. By the way, spider here. She's kind of here. We have 2 different main entrances. We got this thing. Double doors. Don't know why they open that way, but that's just a thing. Like I said, this is just a rough draft. So one of the things that he did here that I really, really like about this mission, every single space is used to some degree. It's really weird and kind of disorienting, but I'm gonna be honest, if I was trying to go for a Mage's Tower type feeling, like, I would do this. It's amazing. Because it's a use of space that most people don't really, like, think about. Most people, when they think about towers, you have floors to the tower, you know? And that's how you say there's this much space in the tower. You don't like make a whole bunch of walls in one level of the tower and then use all that space. Like, that's unusual. I like it because it's unusual. Also, yeah, more guards. But yeah, there's stairs going up, there's stairs going down, there's stairs going all over the place. There are actually 3 different towers, though. We're in the main 2. They're kind of split. Some things are placed, some things are not. For the most part, there are, like, little offshoots. And I just really like that everything has...
What was that noise?
All the space is used. Like, there's even this little cubby here where somebody sleeps, and you can tell because of the stage at which this was done that it was kind of like a focus point for him. And it's really interesting to be able to see things like that, because it's good for also teaching your own level design, to see other people's. So you can see that this tower is more finished than the other tower because there's more things in it. It's a smaller tower, but he still uses all the space. So you get these weird little cramped side rooms, but it's interesting and it makes it, I don't know, it just sort of gives you like a reason to explore, I guess. And I really would love to see someone finish this. I don't think Ben Ramsey is liable to finish it. I know that Komag has been down for, I want to say about a year and a half now. And it kind of makes me sad because it's sort of like the end of an era of sorts, because he was the one who was keeping a lot of missions sort of archived. And now we don't have access to that. I believe you still can download things by using some URL trickery, but I don't think he's paid the host, and I don't know if he's going to. I know someone tried to get in contact with him, and he said he'd take care of it, but as far as I know, it's still down. I haven't checked it in probably a month, but definitely it is one of those things. It's kind of like, oh, that sucks. But, yeah, there's just lots of rooms. Oh my god, there's so many rooms, and look what he does with them all. But, like, yeah, it's unfinished. That's why I'm not worried about finishing this mission. I'm not really inclined to go looking through every nook and cranny in this case. However, this room has most of the loot in the mission. It has a lot of rings on tables, 1 ring per table, pretty much. So, you can take a look at some of the unfinished stuff, you can look at some of the finished stuff. Like I said, it's a really good indicator of, like, how people design levels. Seeing the stages of what they do. Like, I don't know about anybody else, but I tend to focus when building anything that's kind of like, I guess you could say kind of like a level, but, you know, when I play around with level editors, I usually skip around. That's just me. Like, I want to build the bare bones part, but then I get caught up in like, oh, I want this specific area to look exactly like this, and I want this aesthetic for it. I want it to be this color, like, and I'll do that on certain areas. And I know that some people do the same. Some people do certain portions first and then certain portions later. It's really hard to like fully plan out how things will look as a finished product before you finish the whole level, but that's something that, like, that's why I'm not good at designing levels, is because I try and do the finished product look before I've even finished it. So it's kind of like, on the one hand, I've got this really pretty thing here, but I can't finish this one aspect of it until I do X, and I don't really want to do X because X is going to take me a while. It's like the plotting out exactly where everything in the city goes type thing. It's kind of annoying, but that's just the way my brain works when it comes to those types of things. So yeah, actually all the things are in this tower, aren't they? Let's see. Okay, so I have actually almost everything, I think. Do I actually have nearly everything? I need to find the telescopic eyepiece. 2,000 loot. How much do I have? 1750? I'm gonna guess it's upstairs then. That's not it. Where was that door? Ladder thing. Yes. Hey, telescopic eyepiece. It's glowing. It's the eye. Who would have thunk it? I don't have all the loot I need, but like I said, I'm not really too concerned with that. I believe it's hiding out in mostly this tower. But, you know, for all I know, there's rings everywhere and I just can't see them, which is a lot more likely, I'm gonna be honest. So with that in mind, I think I've shown off most of it, and I'm pretty good with where I am, so. Alright, so as you can see, there's only a total of 2,250 loot anyway, so it's probably in rings and purses and things in random rooms. Like I said, I'm not really inclined to go looking for all of it. There is no review for this, but it does have an 8 out of 10 with 2 votes. So, I think that this would have been an amazing thing if it had been finished, but it wasn't, and that's kind of unfortunately what we have to live with. And unfortunately, no one's going to really be able to do it the same way as what would have been planned by the original person, which is kind of the danger in taking over abandoned missions, is doing things like that, where you start changing things, or you start making it the way you think it should be changed. It's kind of why a lot of people don't actually take abandoned missions on and try and finish them. But I do like the concept, and I like the way the use of space is in this tower. I like that there's no open, empty floor pattern, like we've seen so many times before and so many times since. I like that he tries to use all of the space, but also using it by segmenting it. So anyway, that's been 2 Towers. I'm Nexus, and I will see you guys next time.